Your relationship with the president, well, with Ronald Reagan, goes back to Sacramento,
Right.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe your first meeting, the nature of your work in Sacramento?
Okay, well, I first met Ronald Reagan in December of 1966 after he had been elected governor, and he and his transition team were developing a staff. I was a lawyer in practice in Oakland, California. I was in the district attorney's office, and I got this call out of the blue, would I come up and meet the new governor? And so I went up, met his staff, then they asked me to come back and meet him. I later found out how this had all come about, because I'd never been a part of his campaign or anything. But I had done some work in the state legislature representing all the police chiefs, sheriffs, and district attorneys of California in 1961 and 62 as a part of my work as a deputy district attorney, since my boss had been chairman of the Law and Legislative Committee of those organizations. And that's how they found out about me. Somebody recommended me. And so anyway, I met with Governor-elect Reagan for about a half hour, and I was, at the end of the half hour, we had talked about a lot of subjects that I knew a lot about, and I was amazed how much he knew and how much our ideas on going forward with issues like handling death penalty cases and dealing with the unrest that was taking place then on campuses, how that was all our ideas on how to deal with those situations seemed to jibe pretty well. So at the end of the half hour, he offered me the job, and I accepted.
When he became president, did you
Yeah.
ponder what your role might be?
Well, he asked me to be the counselor to the president, which was a job that was kind of an unusual job. Some presidents had this job and some didn't. And the job was to be the chief policy advisor and have the responsibility for dealing with the cabinet, to be a member of the cabinet myself, the only one in the White House, and to also work with policy development, that sort of thing. And so that was my responsibilities.
And
to be a member of the NSC as well.
Sure. As perhaps his most trusted advisor, you knew him so well, the kid from a little town in Illinois, who had a lot of courage to stand up to the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
What was it in this man that made him who he was? From all your years of working with him, what stands out?
Well, I think he had a very good set of principles and kind of life principles that came from his mother, who was a very strong person, and I think helped mold his ideas. He was always a leader. That seemed to be an innate quality that he had. He'd been president of his student body in college. He was president of his class, I think, or had some similar job in his high school days. He just naturally gravitated towards leadership positions. When he joined, he wanted to ride horses, so he joined the Army Reserve and the cavalry unit at Fort Des Moines, Iowa, and then he took the correspondence courses to become an officer, and that was how he did it in those days, reserve officer. In World War II, he went on active duty as a lieutenant, and then was a captain, and in the training film squadron that he was a member of, leader in the Screen Actors Guild, and he had a kind of a command presence, you might say. I don't know whether that answers your question about what he was, but he was also, he had a great personality. He got along well with people, but he was the kind of person, when he came into a room, everybody kind of recognized that he was somebody that they wanted to meet and talk to. And that was in his earliest days, when he was even before, from what I understand in reading, even before he ran for public office.